Hey there guys, D-Licious here, and today's going to be a rather relaxed video because I feel like I need it, to be honest with you. I'm still tired. The reason for that is we'll get to, well, I say we'll get to in a minute. It's in my title, I imagine. And before you ask, no, the title actually isn't. It's actually not clickbait. I've wanted to use something like that in a title for ages and not have it be clickbait. Not that it's going to affect any of my ratings or anything, I just thought it would be really funny. So here we are. This is my explanation as to why I haven't really got any proper videos done for like the next ever. And by the next ever I mean hopefully just up to next Sunday, though I guess it could affect the Wednesday and maybe Sunday after, but I doubt it. So well, the title really says it all. Actually, it might not do, depending on how I word this. I still don't know. Either way, I had a surprise surgery on Saturday. Yeah, it would have been Saturday now. I woke up after, well, the night before. Let's say I was complaining about some pains to a friend who told me I should see a doctor. But at the time, it's one of those pains that I've had. I've been to the doctor for a few times, but they normally go after an hour, so I normally just don't bother telling anyone about them. This one I woke up with the next morning, debatably worse, and said to my dad, you know, I think I should go to the hospital, or the doctor, sorry. I wanted to go to the GP specifically, at which point he's like, alright, go have a shower, get ready, whatever you need to do there. What I didn't realise he was going to do is he's going to then call 111, which for those of you who don't know is the non-emergency emergency number. Basically what that means is you can get information on like who you should give a matter to deal with to. Like for example, it's where you report non-criminal emergency. Well, no, that's not quite it. It's hard to explain. Basically, it's for minor. I'll give you examples, it'll be easier to explain like that. Basically, for example, the police probably have more important things to deal with than if you see, like, I don't know, a car with a smashed window. I don't know if you should call 999 for that, don't quote me, it's just an example. So the idea is you call 111 and they can advise you who to tell about it. It's probably going to be your local authority, I don't know. But, you know, as a bet, the idea is you don't call the ambulance because you've got a cold. Etc, etc. So, and they'll be like, okay, go to the GP, you idiot. That's pretty much what 111 do. But basically, I was in my shower, just, you know, making sure I was all clean for the doctor. Got to look my best. And Dad comes in, gives me a phone. He's like, oh, I called 111. So, oh, great. And long story short, I explained my symptoms to them and what I was feeling. I answered a few questions they had, and I went to A&E, as by their recommendation, I guess is the word. So at this point, you know, get to the hospital, like, alright, I really don't think this is an A&E issue. And the first thing they do is they, obviously after you've been in the waiting room for a little bit, it was very quick I must say, is you go into a thing called triage, which is just a basic evaluation, you know, just confirming any symptoms, you know, getting their basic ideas of what it could be, without, you know, having to make any major decisions, so without sending anyone who doesn't need into surgery sort of thing, you know. At which point, after like a few minutes, I'm brought into a minor injuries room, and I have two thoughts, because they have a big poster on the wall saying what minor injuries are and what they're for. So the first thing I'm thinking is, oh god, I'm wasting their time, because, you know, it's minor injuries. I didn't feel like I needed to belong there. Like, I was in pain, but it wasn't that bad. I mean, I didn't take any painkillers for that, probably didn't help. But, you know, at this point, I'm like, oh, well, I'm wasting their resources at this point. But the other thing I thought was, hey, at least it's only minor injuries, right? So, a few minutes go by, they do a few tests where I have to pee in a tiny little pot, which is like the size of a shot glass. I'm very proud of my aim for that one, well. But, so, it came back, blah, blah, blah. Someone then comes in and gives me a paper, you know, those like wristbands you get at like concerts and things and fairgrounds where you can't break them without permanently breaking them, sort of thing, so you can only use it once is the idea. At which point I'm like, oh, you know, that's not good if they need to identify me for something. At this point I'm thinking, it can't be surgery though, right? Guy walks in, like, as it's being put on and says, hi, something like, I'm the surgical doctor. Yeah. It's at this point where I'm like, oh, okay, this wasn't 100% expected, but here we go. So yeah, that's where the story really starts to pick up, in my opinion. I basically go through the process of what's going to happen to me, and I think now is a good time to address the not clickbait. So, you may have noticed in the title, I will have actually put gone sexual if I remember to, because why not? I thought it would be funny. The reason for this is the nature of the injury, shall we say. It happened in quite a sensitive area where they obviously had to fiddle with and have surgery on, so I thought, you know, I could get away with it. Anyway, back to the story. Without going into too much detail, yeah, I might do in a future episode, but essentially, I go through, at this point, I'm now wheeled through into a place where it says major injury unit on the wall. So, you know, at this point I'm starting to feel a bit, okay, maybe this is, I want to go back to minor injuries. I felt like I was wasting space, but, you know, better than whatever's about to happen to me, I'm sure. So a little while goes by. This was probably my longest waiting period, actually, because I was waiting for a table, apparently, to free up, like, an actual surgical ward, I guess, where I could go. They had no clue where I was going to go afterwards. But, you know, I'm waiting, so, and a slightly older nurse comes over during this and, like, gives me some Oromorph, which, for those of you who don't know, is morphine you take orally, hence Oromorph. Basically, a painkiller you take through the mouth by eating it. So, the first thing she says to me is, she gives me an injection needle, but, like, without the actual needle, it's probably just called, like, a syringe, I imagine, and says to put it in my mouth. I go to ask whether she meant to swallow it, because I didn't feel that was clear, though I'm dumb, so there we go. She took it from me, going, oh, you don't know how to use it. I didn't say a single thing at this point, but I was like, alright, sure. She then, without any warning, squirted the entire lot into my mouth all at once, so I spat out about half of it straight down my front, which was funny. And, what do you know, Oromorph also tastes like cowpole, a little fun fact for you there. But, well, this is really sort of going to get to the end of the story here. I'm going to cut to the chase. Long story short, I went in surgery, everything went fine. They're not actually sure what caused the pain, so that's fun, but hey, it was gone after I woke up, apart from, like, the pain from surgery. And so I've just been having the past few days a little bit easy, thankfully. Good God. But yeah, this is going to be a nice, unedited, getting back into it talking video, where I can just play Floating Point in the background. Look. And relax a bit. So yeah, I'm also recording this at the time of gameplay because I just want to get it all done right now, to be honest, you know. But yeah, that's what happened. I am okay, I'm perfectly fine, don't worry about it. Yeah, I just took a few days off from work and education and things like that, you know, just to make sure I was properly ready to go in. I was meant to go in, like, I'm trying to remember, I think yesterday, but in the end I got upset, to be honest. Long story short. But there we go, I should be ready to go back tomorrow for sure. I was just having issues recently with jeans, but I think that's past now. Anyway, the moral of this video is, not that it's a moral at all, but I'm okay. I am alive. I know it's a disappointment to some of you, but tough. I'm here still. And you ain't getting rid of me that easily. But yeah, I thought I owed you all an explanation as to what happened, and as to why this is a talks video. If you made it this long into the video, thank you very much. That's all I can say. What are you doing with your life that you have nothing better than just to listen to me for however long this video is. Anyway, I think I should end it here. I might go into more detail in the future about a few funny stories that happen there. But, you know, I've gone in detail enough, I think, already, if not more so. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully I'll be back to some sort of, like, proper-y videos soonish. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. In Trust We Trust. See you later.